Ladies and gents, welcome to the winners finals of our Rising Star League here at MetaPlays. Daylon Joe is going to be playing as Arbiter. On the other side of the map, Mar brings Anders to Rift. A really good pick from both of these. So here's the thing. Arbiter on Rift. This is a hyper defensive map, right? So you can just secure the second base, turtle under shields, get out some reavers obviously for the sentinel, and have your hero run around in the later parts of the mid game, just waiting for your phantoms to be packed full of grunts, adding in a bunch of counter units and enforcers. Your enforcer drops can also cause some havoc on the other side. And you just really rely on that while you gain veterancy. That's the Arbiter strat. In the long run, you'll be getting so many lethal powers on such quick cooldowns, all of them causing Conduit of Rage, that is really all you care about. Whereas for Mar, he has to kind of hit the timing attacks. He has the cheap upgrades, right? So he can do things like very early dispersion nozzles, hitting super hard with a Spartan upgraded to rockets. That can be very nice. Then you just swap into Warthogs with the level 1 upgrade done. That's a very powerful composition that can just knock Banished on their ass, right? I would love to see that. And then you just drop in a Sentinel on them around the 12-minute mark or so, off of a very powerful mid-game. I think that could be great. An Arbiter is certainly susceptible to it. It's not easy to defend against that. Anyways, the Rising Star League is our mid-level league, with essentially everyone allowed to play except the top 4 players in Halo Wars 2. So it's like a very broad set of skills, and doesn't really mean that players are mid-level, right? They're really high level, actually. It's just you don't have to get wrecked by cars and cameras and these guys. So I think that's nice. I highly recommend it for everyone, because this is like a great way to gain experience and to experience the competitive play overall. We also have an amateur league where the actually new players can go. Arbiter Hero might be a little bit of a surprise here. Daylon is going tier 2. He doesn't have a second base coming just yet, but no doubt he will click it down. Unless he wants a third generator super early, which would somewhat surprise me. I'm particularly surprised at the lack of a second base. He's getting Swift Fury now instead of that. And remember, there's always a second upgrade to get for the Arbiter Hero. Mar captures a power node and 2 power nodes and is already coming to put some pressure on against these grunts. The Arbiter Hero is more looking for a counterattack into the main, or the mini base at the very least. And Mar is bringing those Hellbringers as we discussed. He doesn't have a lot of power right now, but he does have a second generator. He does have 2 power nodes, with the third one being captured. And he could pressure the main. We also have 2 snipers, so that's a pretty big deal actually. These guys won't be able to cloak or anything like that, and with Daylon not having a second base, he really has to crank out some units. Suicide runs come in. And there will be no doubt some elites as well. Well, this elite over here is going for the generator. Daylon definitely didn't go plasma bolt, did he? What did he go for? Good job by the snipers picking off the Suis. Unfortunately, the Spartan was standing right in front of them, so actually takes their on-death damage, which is not as bad as actually getting rammed by them, but it's pretty bad. I'm surprised that Mar doesn't have turrets. That would have been very useful there against the Arbiter. Obviously wouldn't solve the situation. Okay, this is very unconventional here with the Arc Defense Sentinels getting called in. But I guess it works. Somewhat, at least. Sniper's absolutely working overtime here. More units coming across. 1 generator will fall from Mar back home. But he is going tier 2, he has 500 power, he can just get his Spartan upgraded, and then that will absolutely murder individual rangers without any significant issue. There's a lot of Hellbringers, the Marines have grenades. He's having a good old time here. Oh, the Spartan has only shields, no actual health, unfortunate for it. But the big Spartan Slam with a turret drop can certainly do a lot of work. The second generator is getting worked on now by Mar. Daylon is working on it. We've got a turret up, but I don't think the Arbiter needs to care. He just does his little Conduit of Rage and he can chop this down in no time. Alright, Spartan's gonna kill the elites as the prophecy has foretold. The rocket launcher is about to finish. The 2 snipers in the garrisons are super nasty here. Should take 4 shots, excuse me, to kill the elites. Now with the drop turret in, another one gets picked off. Hellbringer's helping out. Yeah, these guys aren't gonna live long. Mar already has all the 5 power nodes on the map, and he can just keep doing this all day. He's got a lot of Marines in the back to bring forward as well. Somehow lost the Spartan? No, Spartan's back there, it's fine. But the Arbiter is back right as the turret destroys itself, so that's a pretty big deal. There's no vision on the other side of the map for Daylon, so he won't be able to call in his drop. There's no second base for either player. Mar is absolutely all in, or he was. But so far he's doing great. The Spartan is back with the shields, and these guys could go for the... oh wait, the base got locked there for a second, and the elites are starting to reach higher numbers. We do have Marines upgraded. The RB is gonna try to cut people down. He's getting some healing there, but the snipers are not targeting him. We've also got the drop from Daylon, but I'm not sure it will save him, honestly. He is toast as Warthogs are starting to stroll in. He can't defend his base. This was huge. Maybe even massive. Great start for Mar, delivering the first loss to Daylon in today's tournament. Ladies and gents, this is game number 2. Daylon's swapping over to Desimus. Let's see if that does any better for him. You know, Bedrock is definitely a good map for it. I'm here to see the results. Mar bringing in Jerome. You can definitely deal with Desimus up to the degree, right? He's also got great late game. But can those Spartan morale units really keep up with Banshees that are always permanently buffed? I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, if anyone can do this, Jerome is a good pick. You get your little Mastodons in tier 2, packed full of combat tech Marines, as well as Hellbringers that have dispersion nozzles. It can do a lot of work, you know. But Desimus just has so much comfort with these basically walled off bases, right? It's very easy to chill in there and just get great engages with your counter blob units. Of course, if Jerome manages to do turret drop mine or hero mantis mine combos, then you can very quickly say goodbye to the army and choke points. That is one potential avenue for Mar to get ahead. You know, you'll be very late to notice this mini base has already been stolen by Daylon, and that should absolutely be a raid camp, because with Desimus, you just jump down from there with jump pack routes, you use Vortex on the generators, and your 1 or 2 brutes will definitely destroy it. So yeah, that's what I expect to see. We're gonna have a relatively late hero for a Jerome build, but I mean, it's double generator, so nobody should be surprised by this, that it's so late and that the mini base was stolen. It's kind of natural as far as that goes. Jack says struggling to make a MetaPlace account. It's asking for an AOM username. Just say none. You don't have to actually enter a username. If you don't play the game, just say none, or I don't play this, or something, you know, to that degree. Basically, we just need our tournament players, from whatever game they're from, to clearly state what their usernames are in game if you have to add each other like that, so. Yeah, everyone should make an account on our website. It's so easy to join the tournaments. You just use that account. It literally takes 1 minute to sign up. Then you go to the tournament page that we share in our announcements. You click join tournament. That is all you gotta do. Done. And then you're in our Discord supposedly as well. Do those free things and you can already play. It's easy. We always explain how everything works. Can't get it wrong. Okay, this stun didn't stun, did it? Generator's toast. I'm just gonna make a barracks instead now. I'm surprised. He should probably be remaking the generator, in my opinion. But I guess he does have 2 power nodes. It's not that much of a rush to get that done. Daylon is tier 2 himself. Got there a little bit faster. Does have these 2 mini bases stolen, so it will take some time for UNSC to take those down. But yeah, some good damage to Mar in this early game. Upgrade is on the way. Be plenty of extra Marines getting made. And I wonder if after this, we're gonna be going into some Mastodon business. Finally, Daylon is starting to capture some power nodes himself. It will be double Elite Ranger production, so you can definitely shut that down super hard by going for Mastodons. Let's see if Mar is opting into that. He's on 3rd point, he just spent it. And we're about to see what's coming after the Marines. So far, it's more Marines. But I think if he starts adding Mastodons as soon as possible and then gets his little combat tech upgrade, that could go a super long way. You add in some Warthogs, you get Dispersion Nozzle Hellbringers. A lot of power to that. Anyways, the boys are now capturing another power node. Pew that by the elites there. Good use of the high ground as well, by the way. Okay, Daylon finishes a base. This is a great opportunity for UNSC to get in. And the Mastodons are coming as predicted. Some hunters will be needed to try and deal with it. But, you know, if you can hide all the infantry from the ranger, Desimus really doesn't have a lot of power here. You have no power here. I gotta rewatch Lord of the Rings at some point. It's so freaking good! Probably that and Gladiator from the early 2000s are gonna take the crown from me. Struggling to think of something better. And for the 2010s, I'm gonna say Interstellar and Inception for me. Probably, yeah. Probably those. '20s, I haven't been that crazy about anything so far, actually. Maybe I'm just being forgetful, but I prefer the series in this era. Like 2020s, I'm gonna say the sci-fi stuff has been kicking ass. Unfortunately, not Halo, but let's say The Expanse. foundation. Those kind of things. Okay, that vortex is absolutely owning you. Let's see what just happened. Jerome's getting absolutely overwhelmed. There's also a beam available to Desimus here. This isn't even fair. I thought this was gonna be like a super even fight and that Daylon would have to teleport out or something, but actually he's doing okay. That victory turret, however, is kind of biting him in the ass. Still, it's enough, and Mar will have to leave with his tail between his legs. There's plenty of map to rely on. He can just walk all the way home and rely on the turrets in the end. So it's not all bad. But yeah, gotta go. He doesn't have a big drop or anything to rely on. Not until he gathers 800 of each extra resource. The naked gun says just here. Okay, that's funny, but... I mean... It's just not the same caliber, you know? That's a gun joke. Okay. Moving on. Snipers are a great idea to put in these, by the way. Because then you can just really kite. Ooh, Kodiaks. Now that's interesting. Didn't expect that. As long as you shoot the elites, it's all good, right? How are we doing with the upgrades? I think these might be already level 2 upgraded, aren't they? That is a big health bar. I suspect it is. Alright, Jerome is gonna go tier 3 instead of everything. And supposedly that should result in tags. But are we gonna actually see that? There are a bunch of hunters out. For 5 hunters, maybe not the best of ideas, especially with all this engineer support. They really want to punch through and get to the Kodiaks, I suppose. Vortex is ready. Mar probably just can't hold the base, man. More Kodiaks. I'll set them up in your little checker box layout and hope for the best. Oh, don't put them together, they'll just get Desimus dropped. Go Condor. It's not the worst comment, to be honest. You're right. Oh! Oh, the lasers! That was pretty good there. Victory turret will definitely shoo the army away. Yeah, this, you know, this fully upgraded Jerome is certainly something. Mar can keep the base. Nicely done, man. Nicely done. But you're gonna have to face a Warlord eventually. He's kind of crappy right now until he gets his upgrades, but once that's done, he can kind of dominate the hero and perma-stun him. Meanwhile, you get the Banshee business going, get a third base as well. Psychic Wizard is not gonna be tanks. They are gonna be tanks! Psychic Wizard is wrong, Nakamura is right. What else is new? Okay, Mastodon's getting finally their snipers, that's important. Problem with this is that the Banshee swap is going to be rather threatening to this, right? There's not too many Apexes just yet, so having 2 unupgraded Banshees, that's just sloppy, you know, that you don't want to do that. It's better to just add an Engineers or even Shrouds. Shrouds would shoot down all those projectiles, actually. That would be great. More tanks, more snipers. I'm not too worried about any swaps there. Maybe leaving a marine behind to heal this thing would be good. Let's see if Mark could do that, because I don't think he has space for any healers. Not a single Nightingale so far. Excuse me. Not a single Nightingale so far. Population upgrades coming though. That'll solve that. Very peaceful match. I was kidding. Psychic Wizard. What's that? 45 base upgrade, interesting. Do we want to donate the Warthog? I mean, what do they really do here? It's a lot of Banshees for Daylon. Getting infantry upgrades. He has more Apexes now. He can get his Plasma Torpedo and at least Air 1. They have some potential to do something. At the very least, you can send them after the minis. That's a good idea. But as for the anti-air power, I'm not happy with Mar is showing so far. Good for him that he's getting all these turrets. It's going to be very easy to respond to Banshee attacks. But the minis aren't safe, so there is that. He doesn't want to chase this. Bandus Fury is in, so these guys are now fast as well. And that's just air level 1 coming through. Alright, these guys need to do something now, and taking out all those elites is definitely a something. I think it counts, right? Look at those snipers, just absolutely ripping them a new one. Wow. All the elites are toast. This is great. Of course, the Banshees can hold against this for... Oh. Shield just coming up right now. Okay, this should go down though fairly quickly. The choke point and the Nightingale's not a good mix. Both Nightingales will be going down very easily there. And Wolverine's already toast. Also, we've got Spartan Morale with a victory turret, but the hero's here, and he's already doing the big slam combo. Oh my god, it hitting the entire army, and the Banshees in the air are just absolutely cleaning up. The Vortex also means that these guys are going to remain stunned, as they were after the hero hit. Yeah, there's like no units here anymore whatsoever for Mar, and he can't afford Omega Team, and his hero constantly gets stunned, as well as he's so much lower than the Warlord. And Daylon didn't lose units, they're just getting rich. Jesus Christ. Mar went in way too deep. Desimus is so nasty sometimes. We do have 2 anti-air turrets, so these Banshees have got no business here. They might take a turret, I suppose. Kodiaks are an easy pick for the Banshees though. They should probably go for that instead of fighting the anti-air turrets, right? But hey, the anti-air turret just went down. The other one's getting stunned. This is the Banshees' chance. Last turret got upgraded, but it won't last long either. These guys are almost out regenerating it. It's nuts. That's not even level 2 Banshees yet. Ideally, Mar would have had some vultures ready to deal with the Banshees, but they're not here. And he's gonna have to give up. Daylon equalizes series 1-1. Beautiful stuff. If you tolerate Desimus. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Vault. Daylon is gonna go Pavium here, which, although not very mobile, can actually end up being pretty good on Vault. You drop down a Lich, and it's so difficult to reinforce your base. You'll see. Mar on the other side, bringing Isabel now. She's one of the queens of mobility. A lot of jackrabbits supposedly in the early game, just running around causing trouble. Or you could alternatively just go and capture all the power nodes with your Marines and just cosplay Cutter, but actually swap into some real strong tier 2 Warthog play. That's a thing. And you know, one of the reasons that Cutter cosplay actually does work is because your hero is actually better for infantry fighting than Cutter's Spartan is. So Alice is the Spartan with the chain gun, right? The chain gun means she has extra damage against infantry squads, which supposedly Banish wants to do. It's really difficult to deal with UNSC infantry if you don't have rangers, right? Yeah, Mars going for that quick hero. No. Oh, bottom mini base. What the hell? They're stealing each other's minis. This is wild. Let's see if Daylon actually goes for some kind of rush. If he does, the Spartan will be able to easily handle this. So I think that should be a pad over there. Nothing too crazy, but he's gone for the power generators, double power generators back home. So Mar, I kind of wish he scouted that. He didn't see. He did not see. This should be a barracks. He should attack. 100%. Come on, Mar. I was getting every mini first. 150 in a second. Mar. Yes. It might be too late though, because this is already a turret coming up and Daylon will be able to defend. He's also doing a counter attack, so Mar has to use Alice here on the defensive, or to clear out the mini rather, not necessarily defensive, right? He's already out before the brutes can show up. And Hellbringers are gonna have difficulties breaking through the turret defense, especially if there's a chopper or two. But Daylon has very late minis, so he's not going to be easily able to afford extra choppers, especially while he's trying to pump jump back routes into that Spartan. It's not easily done at all. Okay, the brutes are going to save himself, more or less. But the Spartan does get on them. This is bait. That brute is for real. Going into the main. Mar only now getting a turret. That will not be done in time to stop these two brutes. Spartan has to head back home. She has no problem doing so. There's already two Hellbringers and a Marine here, but the base is getting the burnout treatment. Now I have to be a little bit more squads. The Jackrabbit can also come around to help. Generator is now under attack. Last supply pad from Mars coming up. That's a good stun over there, but I'm afraid the generator is also kind of getting it at this point. There will be more and more brutes. Oh wait, Daylon stopped production. So that's a good defense in the end by Mar. Spartans killed 3 squads already. They were forced to get extra choppers. And there's going to be a lot of Marines to shoot them. What do we have here? More brute attacks? At least attempts. Yeah, that gen will be fine. I'd just like to see a second one from Mar, to be honest. That would be nice. A bunch of safety jackrabbits back home. The hologram units are getting sent up front, so if the choppers ram into those, they're gonna be in trouble. Mar doesn't have grenades, I think. Yeah, doesn't have grenades, but this is plenty of stuff here. Got a sensor tower coming up. But the choppers do crash into a lot of the holograms, so this is acceptable. One of the generators will almost certainly fall there. There's no question about that. But now at least it's visible what's what. Heal comes through, Suicide Grunts are in, more choppers getting made, but is it gonna be enough? Once again, it's mostly the holograms getting rammed, and the extractor seems to be going down. Spartan's very happy camping back home. Mara still does not have a second generator, which is absolutely shocking. I don't get it, but there it is nonetheless. Jackrabbit's coming through. One of the last choppers falls, but there's a raid camp, and the second raid camp is coming up. So Mar has to get rid of this extractor. Oh man, I'm not sure he's gonna. Okay, chopper gets destroyed just in the nick of time. You got, oh, the, holy cow! He just smack blasted the extractor getting queued there. Oh my god, that was a million IQ. And I don't think that Daylon got rid of it in time. Or maybe he did, I don't know. He does have a good amount of resources here. To be fair, he probably did, but he's about to lose another extractor and then there's still enough units here to threaten the other one. It's gonna be taking a lot of extra damage and he doesn't want it anymore. I just don't know if he lost the resources from that mech, but either way, that was a cool little attempt by Mar. He was very confident there towards the end. 2-1 in this series. One more victory and Mar goes into the grand finals today. Alright, let's do this. Game number 4. Daylon is bringing Atriox to the table. Not a bad choice at all for Frontier. On the other hand, with Mar going for Forge, I'm not so convinced that that's a great pick. He certainly can't play greedy. Right, you really have to take on the middle of the map fight. And that's not the easiest thing to do against Atriox. It certainly can be done. You just don't want to play greedy here, because you get rushed by Atriox, you're gonna be in trouble. Like, first off, they have the chopper superiority early on, right? So the Marines get just pushed off the middle of the map, then the Grunts can capture both of the sides, while you still have Grunt left to get your own power packet, and then you go back to get more minis. It's so easy. And then the Chosen plus choppers is a fantastic tool against the Fortrog, of course. Oh, I'm not sure I love this. This should be just a pad, probably. You don't want to mess too much with Atriox, right? Don't be greedy. And I keep saying about this matchup. Well, about this map, really. It's more about the map than the matchup. Forge can certainly be greedy on other maps. But here, yeah, just get out that Forge's Warthog. Have some Marines with you. Shouldn't be too bad. Then we've got the back. That's definitely something that can be picked up. Oh, what happened here with Daylon? Doesn't want that many. What does he want then? It's Chopper Bruise Hero. I'm glad to see Mar isn't doing anything silly. Could use a turret though, or two. Just in case, you know, against his brute stuff. Because, yeah, let me tell you, Daylon is heading right to his base. There's all chopper brute. And having 2 or 3 turrets is just a complete deterrence to that. Now the watchtower is tanking. That's definitely good news. Fortrog is in. We've got a bunch of Marines. Not many though. And those ramps are already causing problems for the Fortrog. Well, they might drive him into the mines. No, not even gonna happen. He's already down. One turret has a massive job here. Doesn't quite get stunned, and the Marines will be picking up at least a Grunt. Yeah, Mar will be needing an extra turret or something, because he did go greedy. He has so many resources, right? So he can definitely afford another turret. I wish he made that earlier. Well, Vorchog will be out again. That's a lot of choppers to handle. The back turret will be destroyed, and then the brutes can just jump on this. Individual marines getting picked off left and right. Vorchog 3 seconds away now. That's pretty good, but there's so many choppers here. Oh my god. Now let's see what he can get done. A lag bomb would be great. Oh my god, this is so good. Hitting like 4 choppers there, but he's still getting rammed down, isn't he? The Jackrabbit coming to help. Vorchog getting away. Oh, the choppers are dead. Mars making turret after turret. This could very well work out. Daylon does not have a second generator, whereas Mar has the Mexican gen. The back turret's nearly up. And Vorchog lives for the most part long enough to pull the Chosen away, right? That's good enough. That's good enough. That's exactly what he needed. Back turret will finish. Brutes are super low in health. I don't think the Marine can get a kill, but... hey, that's fine. The turret's done before the landing happens even. Very nice job by Mar. Oh, he's gonna run over the mines. Yikes. Is that plasma actually... no, it's not burning the turret. Okay, another Vorchog is getting made. Mar really has to use up all his power, man. Oh, the mine detonations. Wait, this isn't hurting the turret. Only that first one was. What the hell? Anyway. Vorchog's back. And this time there's fewer units for Daylon, who's still not got the second gen as far as I can tell. Oh boy, he's so all in here. Maybe he can take out Mars gen. There's no additional turrets coming up for Mar right now. He could go tier 2, but will he? Oh, the choppers are lining up for a big shot. Ooh, they get it. They get the business. But there's also a heal for them. Chosen's getting a little low on health. And he's making a run for the hills, literally. With generator being destroyed, Mar no longer has a huge income edge, but he has so much power banked up. He can go tier 2, in fact. And just keep getting turrets up. The ramps are pretty brutal here. Oh, Daylon has so many ramps. That's nuts. Turret comes up in the back once more. And there's a bunch of jackrabbits to defend the rest. Mar is on 1500 power. He's not gonna give up here. I really don't think he would. But it's time to make more turrets. Why isn't he constantly making turrets? Those choppers have seen better days. Right, but so far, Daylon is kind of holding on to dear life in terms of the economy, right? What? Where? Oh, the rabbit up top. This is great. Yeah, the Chosen can't go there. So Mar has 4 base slots left. He's had the mini base superiority this whole time, right? So income-wise, he hasn't had a problem, not by any means. Vorchog once it's back, will also probably have the upgrades. Maybe even both of them. What? There was a mine there. Where's the second? Okay, the second Kodiak's going to the back of the base. Not bad. Wow, Mar's so confident he's not even making a pad back home. He's feeling good. Vorchog back up. Defensive aura getting researched. Not bad at all. If that mini base gets discovered, the Kodiak should be able to defend it. Maybe the Vorchog will even head on a pilgrimage. Probably should wait out that 9 seconds so that it doesn't get rammed. But I guess we do have a scatter bomb. And ammo round. Ooh, Kodiak takes out the mines. Not bad. Mar is in a really good position. Daylon only now gonna start thinking about tier 2 versus a base. He'll have to do one of those. The choppers are in good numbers. They will be in full health. And now the Warthogs are here to also make a difference. Mar knows he can leapfrog the Kodiaks forward and start taking down these middle mini bases, which is really a big chunk of Daylon's economy right now. Man's going tier 2. And he's getting second base, but can he hold it? Because what if Mar just drops in 2 more Kodiaks? That's the thing I'm worried about for him. Nice takedown on that War Council, by the way. There's not going to be an upgraded chosen for a while. Triple Pizza says, if Daylon loses this, I'm on the streets. I'm sorry. What have you done? More is 1,000 power. We'll see how he's spending it. He just spent a big chunk. Vehicle upgrades coming through. And these mini bases are definitely getting bullied. This is a great way to get all your choppers scatter bombed. I think that's what we're about to see here. Mar just waiting for it. Anytime now. Oh, here it comes. He's missing. He's missing. That did not work out at all in his favor, did it? But I guess if he takes down every single chopper with the Kodiaks, it's fine. Chosen, however, is here to punish this one. Trying to see a Wolverine, but it makes sense. There should be shrouds. Finally, the Warthogs will be taken down. And Mar wasn't quite ready to go for the punish. He has a lot of resources, though. Is he just gonna call in some Grizzlies? Oh my god. He could. He actually could. I think he's saving for it. He has no population. He's like, oh no, my Kodiak, please don't catch it. And then... oh. He looked at that base. He's sending the boy. You know. Oh no, call an ambulance. But not for me. That's all we're gonna see. Here it comes. But not for me. Oh my god. These engineers absolutely get wrecked. Tractor's the first target. But somehow they targeted the War Council as well. Yeah, Chopper, that's... ram the big tank. Good idea. Looks like Apex is tanking some of the shots. Oh, the mines are actually tanking some of this. I'm not super sure these tanks are gonna do everything they wanted to do. I mean, they're taking down some buildings, yeah, but I think Daylon can absorb this. This wasn't... there was not much else going on, right? Well, that was kind of underwhelming. Didn't realize Daylon had that many engineers back home. Maybe do call that ambulance, I don't know. Wolverines will be very justified indeed. You know what Mar might actually want? a handful of snipers for these hunters, because Warthog Sniper, if you control it well, is actually hyper potent against this stuff. Now, a bunch of Kodiaks will force a retreat. Maybe destruction of that back generator, or the base itself, for that matter. Oh! I don't know about that being necessary. That was... That didn't seem necessary. We got teleport from Daylon to try to save the base. They certainly have a lot of healing in there. Bulwark gets used also. And Warthog is down. Kodiak's trying to run through the hills once more. I mean, this is buying the man time. What's he doing behind this? Mar isn't tier 3. He's not pumping vultures or something like that. He's not doing much of anything, to be honest. But he is forward, right? He can get a third base even. Turret it up, and what are these guys going to do about it? Not much. Daylon is kind of stuck on tier 2 for the next million years. So Mark can, for now, do whatever he wants. What is it that he wants? I haven't fully grasped it yet. Okay, Warthogs, Warthog, Wolverines. Nothing that can kill hunters. But he has the mobility, and if he chills at home under his turrets, he's gonna have a good time. Seems he's just happy to trade minis, knowing that he can secure his bases without issue. It makes sense. This guy is getting dangerous though. If you let the Chosen get 2 stars, the third one won't be far away. Adding in some Banshees now. Obviously Hunter Banshee, a very ideal counter. And some of the Banshees can actually soak the damage that would otherwise just go for the Engineers from the Wolverines, right? That's always something to think about. Both of the bases are shielded. And Daylon is setting up for tier 3. Mar is as well. But can he hold this one? I think not. I think he has to let that drop. That is going down. But hey, the mini base could get Kodiak here for sure. Maybe they can strip the shield off and get an extractor or something together with the hogs, but I mean, there's no reason these guys couldn't come back to save the situation. The hero is coming back, tier 3 is on the way. Scatterbomb right on that army, but it's not doing that much damage through the engineer bubbles, I'm afraid. Warthog trying to pick up some of these guys, but Warthog itself taking so much damage from all the Banshees and Hunters and Chosen, it's just a lot. Shield's nearly down, but I don't think these Kodiaks have enough time to do... Oh, they got Plasma Mine. Yeah, this is buying more time. Right, he did go tier 3, but he still doesn't have tier 3 business. There's no vultures, there's no nothing. He has 3,000 supplies and like no army. So I guess he could do once again a naked drop of tanks, but it won't do much. Really weird game. Mar's just happy to chill, man. He's not in a rush. He's showing the air pad in the middle. Getting one at home now. Keeps making some Wolverines. It's the slowest tier 3 transition I've ever seen. Well, Daylon is full pop. Fixing that with reinforcements, but there's now 3 apexes, so this is gonna be just mass Banshee all over again. And you know what, the Atriox ones aren't that bad, like you got some good supporting leader powers there. Several ways to make them invulnerable and stuff. Mars looking to buy as much time as he can with these little bases, but it won't last forever. First Vulture's out, but it's unupgraded, isn't it? He doesn't have many buildings, so it's a lot of resources. He's getting a 7 slot base, excuse me. Turrets are also getting upgrades. Double watchtower here. You can see far. Yeah, these Banshees are going to become a problem, aren't they? Like, they're just going after the minis. I don't know why Mar is so inactive in this one. A generator. Oh. Why not? Alright, you're about to lose the last of the outer minis. Then this is left. With the gen on it. Kodiak's getting pumped out. Really wants to be defensive here. I guess it might allow him to get enough vultures out with air level 1 at the very least. But Daylon has 1,000,000 Banshees already. He's 100 pop. Right, and he's getting air level 1. He probably has Plasma Torpedo, which is just an amazing upgrade. Daylon's also not really allowed to get a third base, as he... okay, these guys aren't gonna die. They can't. Not allowed. His dying breath is a pretty good leader power. Gets units to perform a whole lot better. And they still get targeted in that state, so they are absolute tanks in the process. Ultra nukes are trying to target the hero, but they're not going to get anything done with those engineers doing their work. That's a lot of Wolverines, though, I have to say. The Banshees have to respect that at least a little bit, as 3 of them bite the dust. Air upgrade 2 is being grabbed now for the vultures. Let's see if that can make a difference. But Mar is so strange with these. Why would you scatter bomb a single engineer when you could scatter bomb all these Banshees? I don't understand. Warthog bites the dust once more. And at least some of these Banshees are gonna likewise get battered a bit. There are no upgraded turrets back in the main, though, so this is definitely Daylon's opportunity to attack. He should definitely poke, at least take a look. You know, see if there are any. But I guess he's worried about getting his 4th base. His 3rd is actually up. He has resources to upgrade it and populate it and everything. He has 5 power nodes. Things are looking up. And here comes. Is Mar gonna get... oh! Eradicated? Yes, he is getting eradicated. It's half his base gone instantly. The turret's already on half health when it gets upgraded. Oh boy. Heal was just used, so he can't save himself either. But the Banshees are taking some significant damage from the Wolverines. Hunters are trying to block their path and get some shots off of their own. We're just coming in to try and do something about it, but these guys are getting healed. Nuke goes off, one Banshee goes poof. Anti-air turret putting in the work, but this is like at least a bulwark level 2. It's maybe even level 3 there. Huge area covered. And that 2-star chosen just absolutely going to town. Doesn't look to me like Mark can meaningfully do anything about it. He's out of Wolverines. He's got maybe too heavy on the Kodiaks. Vultures are gonna have to be what saves the day, but I don't think he can. We have a series, ladies and gents. Going to game freaking 5. This is really close. These guys going to the wire. Blue color, Daylon. Voridus. Red color, Mar. Kinsano. There's no war in the middle because the Sentinels are pissed. Nobody can have nothing. Daylon gets a little bit of extra yellow here in the beginning. With the chopper's help, should be able to shoo away the Marines as well until Mar comes back suddenly with 3 Marines. He's making the 4th one already. But seems like Daylon is enjoying his time for now. Mar just not on top of the situation. See if this Marine had pissed off the Sentinels in reverse, then that would work. And I guess the 2 Marines, as long as they spread out, can take the chopper, so... Would love to see more of that, but anyway, the Marine isn't having the best time there, and there's 2 grunts now. But there's 3 Marines, so I think they are advantaged here. With 1 Marine doing the wiggle and trying to run down the chopper there, but the Sentinels join the fight. This is a weird freeway that Mar certainly didn't want to have like this. Doing his best to run away with that Marine, but the chopper does get away in the end, just barely. Barely. Second generator in the early game here for Mar with Kinsano of all things. Not gonna commit to any tier 1 fighting. Gonna lose both of the minis, and Daylon has a lot of opportunity to attack this double generator play. You could go for double points in combat spoils and just get barracks on both minis and just absolutely rally your boys in there. He should see it. He should get barracks. That's the way to go here. Maybe even just do it from the one side. I guess Mar doesn't seem too worried. He's not even making turrets. Daylon didn't get another barracks or anything. He's upgrading a lot of harvesters. If he plays this passive, then Kinsano is actually in a good spot. You know what? This is looking good. If UNSC gets a good tier 2 here and doesn't get wrecked by some rush, I would say the drops of Kinsano and that hero together can do a lot of work because there's no engineer shields. Right, so back-to-back drops and flame wall from the hero actually are pretty scary here. Hellbringer versus Grenadier drop. That's not gonna go very well for the Hellbringers. There's just too many choppers here. Are there turrets now? There's 1 turret for Mar. I wish there had been 2, but he does at least have himself a generator. That's not too bad then. Still want him to have a 2nd turret, but it will do for now. Until there's like 4 brutes. At which point, yeah, you're kind of screwed. 2nd turret now coming. Kind of wish Mar hadn't skimped on that, because he's paying the price now. That turret won't last long enough for the other one to meaningfully finish, right? The choppers can just get on it. Oh wait, is Daylon getting greedy? No, he's fine. And look how much damage even the choppers can do, because it's under construction, it takes so much more damage, right? Mars on the struggle bus, I'm not sure he's gonna be in a great spot here. And Daylon's just getting rich off of this. Brutes should be easily able to clean up that remaining turret. But they're actually getting focused now by it, so not bad for Mar in the end. He's got another turret coming up. If the Marines can distract the choppers, maybe it won't get that much damage. Ah, never mind. The Brute's on it. Why does Mar have 2,000 power? Oh, no. 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 Hell no. Not like this, Mar. Oh, this could have gone so differently. Oh, Mar. He should have just made all the turrets ready for this nonsense and then go to tier 2, have his little drops, but he has to tap out. Daylon gets it. What was that? Must be tired, I agree. That wasn't good. That was not good. I'm so sorry. Ah, he forgot to go tier 2. Daylon wins. He goes into the grand finals. Mar has a second life in the losers bracket. Let's see how he does. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.